Hello learners, this is Habiba. Today we are going to understand about counseling. Before starting up of the class, let me tell you about my channel, that is Excel with me, work for the education content. If you like the videos, please do like, share and subscribe, and also comment below so that I can improve myself to bring the best content for you all. So let's begin today's class, that is UGC NET Paper 2 Education, Unit 3, Learner and Learning Process, with the subtopic Guidance and Counseling. In the previous classes, we have understood about the meaning and definition of guidance and counseling, and then nature, principles and need of guidance. Today we are going to learn about nature, principles and need of counseling. Let's begin with the introduction. The provision of professional assistance in resolving personal or psychological problems is counseling. Yes, in the previous class we understood what is guidance. Guidance can be formal or informal. It can be given in the institution or also in the society or in the family members, also in the homely atmosphere. Here, counseling is a provision of professional assistance. An expert can give the counseling, not everybody can give the counseling. Why? To resolve the problem, maybe psychological problems a person might have. So to resolve those problems, this counseling is given personally by the expert. The advice or information provided by a person of experience to resolve this problem. Why? To improve that client's lifestyle or maybe psychological issues that person might be facing. To improve the condition of that person, these counselors help them. The process of helping individuals to discover and develop their potentialities also. Sometimes people don't understand their potentialities. They will be in stress or in trouble always. So that at that point of time, that individual needs some personal counseling, so that what are the strengths and weaknesses to bring out, and also understand the potentialities, inner potentialities with the interaction. So help an individual also, this counseling also helps in achieving optimal level of happiness and peace in life. If the person is not happy in the life situations because of facing so many problems, that person definitely needs some counseling to lead a happy life, peaceful life without any stress or chaotic life. So an individual who receives proper counseling would surely contribute significantly to society. If the person is happy, he or she will make her or his family also happy, and even contribute to the peaceful society also. So let's understand the nature of counseling here. It involves one-to-one relationship. Obviously, when two persons, that is expert and counselee, that is client, are there, one-to-one relationship must be there. That is the nature of the counseling. And it involves obviously two individuals, the person who is seeking the help and the person who is giving the help, that is counselor and counselee. The trained, professionally trained person, that is counselor, and the individual who has need of some help or advice to be given. Then a mutual relationship of respect between the two individuals. In this counseling, obviously the two persons who are interacting with each other, the person who is giving the help and who is taking the help, both of them should respect each other. Respectful relationship must be there. It should be heard what is the problem, and the person also must hear what the solution that counselee is giving. Then it is a vital part of guidance program. Already I discussed about this. Guidance is a wider part and counseling is a vital and important part of, narrower part of big guidance program, and it is one aspect of guidance. Counseling is one aspect of guidance. Then learning oriented process. Obviously the counselor who is giving counseling also learns something, so that the same problem if arises in future also will be able to tackle in the same manner in future. And obviously the counselee definitely learns something from the counselor, how to resolve the problem. The information whichever the counselor is giving, that will be helpful and the learning experience for the counselee or the client. Then it helps in making selections. When somebody is counseled about the issue or the problem or the situations, definitely they will be able to make proper selection of choices. It's up to the counselee or the client whether to accept it or reject it, but the selection process also will be helpful for them. Counseling will be helpful for the selection process. Then assistance in behavior related problems. Some people might have some emotional problems which personally they won't be able to resolve. Some guidance or counseling must be required for them. So at that point of time, this counselor helps that person to resolve the problem. Even some adolescents need some motivation. Few adolescents who are facing some social problems or problems at home psychologically, they need proper motivation to lead a best life, to achieve some goal, have some aims in life. So this assistance can change the behavior of the counselee or the client. The modification of the behavior also possible through this counseling. Then face to face relationship, obviously counselor and client must have face to face relationship, that too in a democratic manner. Nobody should dictate anyone. Even counselee and a counselor both are free to express themselves. The counselor can give their resolution, that is problem solution, and the counselee also can express whatever the problem is in a democratic manner without hurting the rights, personal rights of the persons. And it's obviously it's a professional service. Expert can give the counseling. Even it is problem oriented. If any problem is there, then only this counseling is required. Then based on the appropriateness of counselor's prediction, sometimes when the counselor is hearing to the counselee or the client's problem, they should think, cognitive process should be on there. That means what kind of solution they can give, they should predict what kind of situations that counselee is facing, they should be able to predict and give proper solution to the problem. Yes, it is possible in cooperative environment only. If both of them are cooperating with each other, then only this counseling will be successful. And this is completely based on sometimes guidance. That means the counselor gives the solution to the problem, but it is up to the counselee or the client whether to accept or reject that solution. That is completely self guidance should be there if counseling is given. It doesn't mean that counselor has given this solution that counselee has to follow that solution. It is not mandatory. That means this counselee has full choice, and also it's right of that counselee to take self guidance whether to follow that solution or not. It is best in the form of the decision made by the counselee. Obviously counselee ultimately has to take the decision whether to take that situation or the advice or the information. It involves interaction. Obviously interaction is required. Then helps the persons in eliminating defects or disabilities. Counselors are experts. They have researched so many things, then only they will be able to give some advice or information to the client or counselee, so that they can identify the defects and resolve those disabilities. Then helps in making modification. Yes, a counselor, if they are giving best counseling and guiding them with best advice, modification is possible. Adolescents face so many problems. they require some counseling in school. Experts are employed in schools, in also institutions they are employed to guide the adolescents and also whoever are required of this counseling. Now let's understand the principles of counseling. According to Mc Daniel and Shaffal, the counseling process is based on some basic principles. Let's understand one by one. First one is principle of acceptance, that is due regard to the rights of the client, it should be there. That means what is the principle? However the client is, the counselor has to accept with due regard, giving the rights to that client. Then principles of respect for individual's feelings must be an integral part. The counselor should be very empathetic towards the counselee, understand each and every feeling, then only they can give the advice and respond to the problem. Then principle of permissiveness, a relationship which develops optimism and the environment shapes according to the person, that is permissiveness. Permission should be given for both counselor and counselee. There should be to listen or to guide properly. This is very important, permissiveness, principle of permissiveness. Then principle of thinking with the individual, that is think about all the forces around the client to join client's thought process and to work collectively with the client regarding her or his problem. That means they should understand what condition that counselee is facing, all the forces around that client, so that think about what is going on in the mind of counselee. They would be able to predict and think about it so that proper guidance can be given to the problem. Collectively both of them should work upon it. Then principle of consistency with ideals of democracy. Yes, already we have discussed. Respects rights of others. This counseling respects the rights of others and accepts individual differences, because each and every individual is unique. No one is alike. According to the individual differences, counseling should be given. Then principle of learning. Already we have discussed presence of learning elements for both the counselee and the counselor. So we come to the end of this session. If I continue with the need also, it will become a big class. So we will continue the need of counseling in the next class. If you might have liked this class, thanks for your attention and time. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Happy learning.